Hi, and welcome back to 1911 Woodworks. In today's video, I've got a low cost but high profit build to show you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work out the measurements, I'm going to work out the cuts, and then I'm going to put the cut list up at the end of the video so that all the hard work is done for you and you can just get straight into building and straight into making money. So let's get started. Okay, so this is going to be today's build, and it's a wall-mounted mountain peak shelf. Now, I'm going to put a picture up here, and that is basically where I got my idea from with it. Now, in their build, they've used reclaimed pallet wood and just tidied it up, and then stained it and put it together really, and that's selling for £145 from a pallet. So if you know where to look, you could pick your pallets up for free, and you're talking £145 profit. Now, I had some scrap pieces of 4x1 lying around in my workshop, so I basically cut the angles, the pieces and everything like that, put it together. All I've used is brad nails on this one because it's just a prototype, but in today's build I will be using wood glue and brad nails. In their build, they put it together using screws, and for me, unless I'm plugging the screws afterwards, I don't tend to like using screws. I don't like the screw head showing, but like I say, that's just my preference. If you want to use screws in your build, then by all means do. And then obviously they've just got an extra peak here, which I just didn't have any wood lying about at the time just to finish that little bit off. So I just put it together like this really. Now in today's build, I'll probably add that bit in, but I just basically want to show you how super simple it is to make a build that is so cheap to make but has a lot of profit. Now I'll be using 4x1 in my build today, and I've been to my local timber yard, which is Barnsley Timber, and I highly recommend basically using your local timber yard. Not only are the prices better, but I tend to find that the quality of wood's better. If you go to like your big DIY stores, like like your B&Q, your Wicks, or like that, if you're buying lengths of like 4x1, instead of it being laid out on a shelf, it's basically just stood upright, and that can tend to make the wood bow. Whereas the wood that I've bought today, I bought 2.5 metre lengths of 4x1. It cost me just a little over £7, and it's perfectly straight because it's been stored correctly. So yeah, it's basically a win-win for everybody really, and also you're also supporting your local your local place as well, so that it's always worth doing that as well. Now what I'm going to do is I'll just fetch this back over again. I'm going to basically go on my miter saw, and I'm going to cut my lengths down. So I'll probably cut a length that's long enough to be able to provide these two pieces. I'll cut a length that's long enough to provide these two, a length that's long enough to provide these two, and a longer length foot bottom to provide the bottom part. And that's basically just so it's more manageable for when I'm making my cuts, because I'm going to do all my 30-degree cuts on the table saw, and I'm not blessed with a lot of workspace. I just work out of a single car garage, which I converted into my workshop. But yeah, I'm going to get cracked on, cut them pieces down first, and then once I've done that, then we'll head over to the table saw. So let's get started with it. Okay, so I've got my 4 lengths cut to size to be able to work on the table saw with them. Now the longest piece is 72 centimetres, the shortest piece is 52 centimetres. But if you're ripping down a pallet, or if you're doing what I've done and bought 4x1, even if you just cut all your pieces at 72 centimetres, you know you're going to have enough wood to be able to get all your cuts out of that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head over to my table saw. I'm going to set the angle at 30 degrees, and all my cuts are just going to be 30-degree cuts. So I'll head over there now. Okay, as you saw then, I actually set my angle of the blade to 60 degrees. That's purely just because where I've positioned the digital angle finder, I'd put it to the outside of the blade. So the actual cut that I'm making will be making a 30-degree cut, but because I've attached it to the outside of the blade, it will take in that angle as opposed to the 30 degrees. And obviously when you're working with a 90-degree angle, that 30 degrees off of 90 just leaves you with 60, so it's just pretty simple to work out. Okay, so I've got all my pieces cut now. Like I said, I'll take the measurements and I'll put a cut list up at the end of the video so you can all see that and take a screenshot if you like. Now what I'm going to do is give it a quick sand down and then apply a little bit of stain to it, because unlike the prototype one that I made, this one I'm going to stain it light oak, so I'll get cracked on with that. Right, as quick as that, it's all been sanded, it's all been stained, so now that's all I have to do is put it together. And to help me do that, I've made a simple little jig. You've probably seen something like this if you've watched the Christmas star video. If you haven't seen that, I'll put a link in the description for that, which will then give you a link on how I made the jig for the Christmas star, but it's pretty much the same method as I've done with this. So yeah, let's get it put together. Okay, so I fix all the peaks together first. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put them all into place on the base and then mark off where each piece needs to be joining together first. Then in this order, I'm going to attach this piece to this piece, then I'll attach this piece on, then I'll attach that piece onto there, and then I'll be able to put all the peaks and attach them onto the base of the shelf itself. So I'll crack on and show you how. Okay, so I've got all the top section complete now, so I just need to attach that onto the base and then apply a bit of finish, and then that's a build complete. Okay, so that is all put together and it's looking rather nice. All that's left to do now is just apply a bit of finish on it, and then that is a completed build, so I'll get that finished. Okay, so that's a completed build and I think it looks super. It's got a nice little rustic charm to it with that light oak stain, and even like the use of the brad nailer, just creating them pinholes, and that just gives it that little bit of charm. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know if you like it. If you do like it and you end up having a go at building it yourself, you have to send us some pictures in. This week, should I say, I've had like a lot of pictures being sent in, which I'm absolutely buzzing about, because I had like a little dry spell where I weren't getting as many pictures, but then all of a sudden, like, I've had like an influx of your builds coming in, which is brilliant. So at the end of this video, I'm going to put a lot of your pictures up just to sign off with. But also, I've got the sheet here with the cut list. All the cuts are done in centimetres. So if you're watching from America, I do apologise. You just like convert that into inches. I think in future I might try and do some videos using inches. It's just that I'm just that used to metric measurement. It just tends to be what I stick to. But yeah, there's a cut list if you want to take a screenshot. So that's the cut list. Obviously, just going back to it, this 26.5 centimetre cut. It's along the long edge, as are all the measurements, but you'll be needing to cut 2 of them, so just bear that in mind. Them 2 are for them pieces there. So if you cut 2 of them, the one up the side, that's the long one across the base, and then you'll have 4 pieces. This one, this one, this one, and this one. They're basically the 30-degree cuts are going parallel with each other, so just bear that in mind as well. But I've like over exaggerated the angles on paper just so it stands out a bit more for you. In terms of mounting it, now the description on the one that I saw, they basically said that once you've hung that, well, to hang it up on the wall, you put it in position and you mark a pencil mark underneath, your 2 of your peaks, where you can get in with your drill, and you basically just put 2 long nails in and hang it on the 2 long screws, sorry, and hang it on the screws. I don't know whether that would be sturdy enough. It must be, because obviously they've been selling, so people have been giving great reviews on it, like, so it must be perfectly fine. Another option would be that I thought of is you could get a piece of wood, cut the use a 30-degree angle, make a little triangle which you could fix in place there, and then kind of like countersink and pilot hole drill that, and then fix it to wall using that if you put one under each of them peaks. And then another option would be to use one of these shelf brackets where you could like router out a slot either side and drill a hole so that can slot into the back. So yeah, but let me know what you think would be the best way of mounting it. If you've got any other options, that'd be a good idea to mount this. I do want to say thank you to everyone who subscribed. I'm just short of 900 subscribers now, and I'm hoping this video is going to get a bit more attention than previous videos that I've released. I was really excited about bringing this one to you, so I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope it has a bit of an impact where I get a few more subscribers from it. But I do appreciate everybody who has subscribed. I'm blown away, and I love making these videos, and I want to keep making these videos for you. But like I say, I need your help. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It's totally free. It won't cost you a penny. And also, if you've enjoyed the video, smash that like button. I'd appreciate that as well. And then I'm going to leave my email in the description. So if you've not already got my email, you'll find my email in the description, and then you can basically send me some pictures of your builds, and I'll put them up at the end of the video, just like I'm going to do at the end of this video. But yeah, that's it for now. So until the next video, this has been 1911 Woodworks. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.